Coming up on Mountain News this morning, teachers are pinching pennies while their income is slowly decreasing as inflation increases. And some officials in Letcher County are working toward putting a wet-dry vote on the next ballot.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We are just past 6:30 on Tuesday, February 13th. Now let's check in with meteorologist Mace Michaels for a look at your forecast this morning.
Had, of course, the rain yesterday, snow showers overnight. They've wrapped up. Here in Pikeville, we're starting the day at 33 degrees, and of course, nothing falling from the sky. Still some clouds hanging up. If you're around Wise County, Wise, Norton areas, you're in a winter weather advisory until around 7 o'clock this morning. Tri-Cities area included in that as well. There's the rain and snow that moved through overnight. The sky is starting to clear from the west. If you're traveling eastward, you could run into a few flurries or leftover snow showers, but even here into western Virginia and western areas of Virginia, there isn't much left over for snow or rain. There's maybe a little bit left over towards the Tri-Cities. Castlewood, Norton, you could have a flurry or two. Temperatures are in the 30s to start off this morning, so most everybody is up above freezing in spots. And as you head out the door this morning, not really too many slick spots to worry about. We'll look for a clearing sky and temperatures to warm from the 30s this morning into the 40s for this afternoon. In the 7-day forecast, it's a cooler trend, Olivia. I'll look at that in the next rain and snow shower chances as well.
Mace, thank you. 3 people are facing criminal abuse charges in Madison County. We want to warn you, details of this investigation are graphic and disturbing. Melissa Compton, Carrie Lamb, and David Lamb all face charges of criminal abuse and failure to report abuse and neglect of an adult. According to an arrest citation, Melissa Compton's mother was found dead Saturday at a home on Primrose Circle in Richmond. Compton's brother was also found to be extremely skinny and malnourished.
It was to such a degree that officers felt that these people that were under the care of these individuals had to be removed, and that they initiated an investigation into the cause of death of the other individual.
All 3 are in the Madison County Jail. Whitesburg police have arrested a Harlan County man on rape and other charges. 55-year-old Brian Bailey of Benham was arrested Sunday. He's charged with third-degree rape, possession of matter portraying a sexual performance by a minor, and tampering with evidence. He was taken to the Letcher County Jail. An Illinois man is facing charges after police say he reportedly exposed himself in front of a minor and an adult in Whitley County. Officers with Williamsburg PD say 35-year-old Corey Bakar reportedly exposed his genitals and did a sex act in a public parking lot in Williamsburg. After obtaining an arrest warrant, officers were able to find Bakar at a local motel. Bakar was taken to the Whitley County Detention Center. Attorney General Coleman is suing Kroger for allegedly fueling a deadly opioid crisis. The lawsuit filed in Bullitt Circuit Court alleges between 2006 and 2019, Kroger and its pharmacies were responsible for more than 11% of all opioid pills dispensed in Kentucky. It says 4 billion morphine milligram equivalents of opioids were bought. Almost 194 million hydrocodone pills were distributed. The lawsuit also alleges the company failed to implement any effective monitoring program to stop suspicious opioid orders. Police are warning folks of a potential scam recently going around. Letcher County Sheriff Mickey Stein says they have received calls from community members about a caller posing to be someone with American Electric Power or AEP. Stein says people should never give out personal information over the phone.
When you're speaking to somebody, especially if you're not 100% sure on who it is, you know, once they get that information, unfortunately, they can enter into your bank account and steal monies, you know, off your, you know, whether it's any bank in the whole United States.
Stein says scammers are preying on elderly folks and people who are sick and weak. In Frankfort, lawmakers are trying to appropriately fund the state, and educators say they want to be part of the conversation. They fear some measures like Senate Bill 4 limit and restrict existing benefits. Salaries are another big point. The last time Kentucky teachers got a state-mandated dedicated raise above 2% was back in 2008. The legislature has left it up to local districts to use existing dollars to cover an increase in employee pay.
But ultimately, we don't have enough money now to do the things we need to do for kids, so that's really an impossible choice for school boards. So we really feel like there needs to be a dedicated dollar amount or percentage rate for teachers.
There are other proposals that give educators hope, like House Bill 387. It would lower qualifications to become a substitute teacher. On Wednesday, Scott County school officials say they'll be joined by superintendents from across the state for a news conference to talk about the implications of the House budget proposal. Alcohol sales are not allowed countywide in Letcher County, but Sheriff Mickey Steins is advocating for that to change. WYMT's Chandler Wilcox talked to Steins about the petition to get a wet-dry vote on the ballot.
It is an addition already found in some Letcher County communities.
Whitesburg and Jenkins both have alcohol sales. Seco is what we would call moist. At one time, I believe Seco was the first community that sold alcohol.
The revenue from the alcohol sales tax, which reportedly goes toward law enforcement, has shown benefit in Whitesburg.
If you look as far as revenue, what it's done for the city of Whitesburg and their police department, they have 8 police officers. They pay them excellent wages, benefits, and they all deserve that.
The sheriff's office reportedly does not receive any portion of that revenue. Stein says they are reliant on emergency funding from the COVID-19 pandemic and the July 2022 flood.
If your sheriff's office had not received those 2 monies, we would be in dire straits and probably locking the doors and laying people off.
An alcohol sales tax could change that. Stein says they could hire enough deputies to have 24/7 coverage, and only those who buy alcohol would pay it.
It's the fairest tax to me that you can pass. You know, we're not hitting people on fixed incomes. We're not hitting people that's retired or people that's working with any kind of other tax.
Stein says they have to get around 1,100 signatures on the petition in order for the wet-dry vote to appear on the ballot. In Letcher County, Chandler Wilcox, WYMT Mountain News.
Letcher County Sheriff Mickey Steins also says several community members have told him they are for alcohol sales. Stein says studies have proven alcohol sales will not necessarily increase drinking and driving. As we first reported Friday, Senate President Robert Stivers filed a resolution to further study transformation for Hazard Community and Technical College. The resolution is known as Senate Joint Resolution 132. It calls on the Kentucky Council on Post-Secondary Education to further examine the possibility of transforming the college into a 4-year residential university offering specific technical and baccalaureate programs. Monday, HCTC President and CEO Dr. Jennifer Linden released a statement about the study. Here's a part of it. HCTC is excited to learn about legislators' continued interest in expanding access to post-secondary educational opportunities in Eastern Kentucky. As an institution, we work to empower students by providing equitable educational opportunities that lead to student success, rewarding careers, and community enhancement. We also talked to Dr. Linden about this topic on Issues and Answers last Monday. You can find that on our website. Mountain Comprehensive Care Center is introducing an extension of its SAFE program to the Pike County community. The program strengthening and assisting families in Eastern Kentucky, focusing on helping mothers who lost custody of their children get back on their feet. The Substance Abuse Recovery Program is one of the many aspects of the SAFE space, but those involved say it goes beyond the scope of recovery. It is about reconciliation.
They've been abused or they've had a lot of traumatic experiences, so we're able to be there and support them throughout that process, and then when they get that hope back and they just are happy again and they can be that mother that they always wanted to be, like it's such a rewarding process.
The SAFE program in Pike County is one of 2 from MCCC. Another program operates in Johnson County.
Of course, we had the rain yesterday, snow showers this morning, still a little moisture left here on the Canberra lens around Wise, and there could be some slick spots. Note that the temp there is sitting now at 30 degrees. So, yeah, there could be a few little slick areas there around portions of the region, but most temperatures are freezing or better. Just watch out on the intersections, the overpasses, the underpasses. Wise County still in a winter weather advisory until 7 o'clock. You're one of the last areas to see that rain and snow move out. Now notice it's even clearing back to the west. Radar is overall pretty quiet. You notice from where it was this morning, even an hour or two ago. Now we're just left up with some scattered flurries from Bluefield to Richlands down to around the Tri-Cities. Those temperatures, as I mentioned, are at freezing or better over most of the area in the low and mid 30s. So that's not a bad beginning to the day. And at least it won't leave us with icy spots this morning. And by this afternoon, the moisture will be forgotten as we look for the sunshine and 40-degree weather. Weekend forecast here through the rest of the week and into the weekend. We have it all for you coming up.
Thanks, Mace, and thank you for joining us. The time is now 6:43. Still to come on Mountain News this morning. Days after a deadly church shooting in Texas, officials are starting to put together the shooter's disturbing history.